Hey, what's up everyone? Derek with Nerderdie here, and I want to show you how to customize your alert packs with Streamlabs. Now, I'm going to show you with our ranked alert pack, but if you don't have that one and you're using something else, this process is going to work pretty much exactly the same for all of our different alert packs. So let's just quickly install this and get going. In case you didn't watch our install video, all you really need to do, go in the Streamlabs folder, just double click the link here and it'll begin the install process. And once that's done, we'll choose which widget theme to import into and we'll be good to go after you go ahead and add in your browser source, of course. So I'm going to send through a test on this donation here. And you'll see we have this nice blue alert with different shapes going on. And I'll send it through one more time and it'll actually restart it when we click it, just in case you didn't know that, to give it a better test environment here. So in Streamlabs, in the actual website, streamlabs.com, not within Streamlabs OBS, this is where I tend to make all my changes. We'll go into the alert box widget here, but if you just imported things, it will be here automatically. And to individually customize each alert, we can click through each one. So this is our follower one, here's our sub one, etc. So let's start with the donation one because that one's actually really important and has some different things going on with it. So the first thing I want to talk about is all the global options. One thing that you'll notice right off the bat is the message template here. Let's send through another donation. We'll see that it doesn't say name has just tipped amount. It just has the name and then the amount. So this message template, even though it kind of looks like it might be doing what you think it is, it isn't. It's actually for when people come to your tip page, this is what it will show. Now, if you're using normal Streamlabs alerts, yes, it will work just fine. But we usually put this in our custom fields, which I'll get to soon. The next thing I want to show you here that's global is your sounds. The Streamlabs sound will actually always play no matter what. Now, we sometimes code in custom sounds, but that's not always the case. So if you did want to add one, you could just go ahead and click change media and upload one. And then for your sound volume slider, you can set the sound volume as well. And even if we added one already, you could just kind of layer those on top if you'd like to. Finally, the last global option I want to cover is the alert duration here. So you can see if we send through a test alert, it will go through the full animation and animate in and out. But let's say you don't want it to last that long. You can actually set this down to even 2 seconds, which might be too few seconds. But let's hit save settings twice because, by the way, sometimes Streamlabs, you have to hit save settings twice. You'll see that it only lasts 2 seconds and fades out. Now, in this case, it might not be too useful. But let's say you have something that needs to be quick, like a follower alert. You could just edit it down there in the alert duration and have it play as needed. So I'm going to set this just back up because I don't want to have it that short in this example. Okay, that's all of the global options, but let's get into where the magic happens. That's going to be in the custom fields down here. So once you click this tab, you'll see all of the options that we build into each alert. Now with ranked, these are going to be set to ranked specifically. They're customized to this actual alert. In your other ones like Synthwave or Glitch 2, you'll see different sets of options. So it's really important to go through each one and kind of understand what it does. What I recommend is that you just kind of mess around here, change up the colors, mess around with the sliders, see what's happening, and then you'll be able to always re-import the alert if you need to go back to your default. So that's a good way to kind of figure out what's going on. And in the future, by the way, we are planning to have individual videos to cover everything in each pack so that you'll get a better idea of what's going on with your alerts, your goal widgets, etc. So anyways, let's go ahead and send through just one more quick test. And you'll see, again, this is a nice blue color up here that we might not like. So let's start with customizing it here at the top. We have something for the font, and this actually ties into Google Fonts. Now, this isn't always the case. Sometimes we do restrict the fonts just a little bit. Let's pick something like Lord of the Rings Bilbo here. And when we hit save settings, we'll be able to just test it again. And we should see a different font. That's pretty much how the font picker works for all these different alerts. But I'm going to go ahead and set that back because I don't like it too much here. Now, with most of our alerts, one of the things we really like is that you'll have a lot of color options. So in this example, we'll have different gradient ones, and I'm just going to pick a couple of different colors really quick. Let's go with a teal, maybe an orange-ish here. And who knows how this is going to look. It's probably not going to look too great because I'm just kind of guessing at the moment. But the whole idea is if you want to enter in hex codes, you can. If you want to just go ahead and use the color picker and just kind of mess around, you can do that as well. And I have a feeling this is going to look absolutely awful. So if you have any trouble picking out colors like I sometimes do, you can check out something like a color palette kind of website that shows you different colors. This actually turned out a little bit better than I thought it would. So I'm not too ashamed of this by showing you. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on because yeah, I'm not the best at colors on the spot here. So with the text template areas, anywhere that you can type in text, I want to point something out really quickly. You'll notice that these are the dynamic tags that you can use in the message template actually up here. You'll see name and amount. Now you can use any dynamic tag within these text templates as long as it works for that type of alert. So for something like raids or host, you'll actually use count. For something like your donation or tip ones, you'll use amount. And then of course you can use name here as well to represent the username. And if you wanted to add something to it, like let's say you just wanted to add a $sign before the amount, and for some reason you just wanted to add like 3 dashes here in the username and a space, because that will drive me nuts if it's not perfectly aligned here. And we'll hit save again and we'll see what happens. It'll actually take advantage of these types of templates and then go ahead and apply it to your alert. Now we have $2 because amount will automatically bring one in, but you know, we tried our best here. So anyways, you can see here in the color, we have more color options like the font color for each of these. This is actually the top text area that appears up here, and then the bottom that will appear down here. We do our best to kind of organize the options so that you understand what they should represent. And again, we have another color picker here. These aren't too important, but if we have drop downs, there's different types of options here. So if we wanted to swap out the icon, that's something we sometimes do, but not always. Again, it just depends on the alert type. Really quickly before I move on, I want to go ahead and open up our synthwave pack here and just import that in as well, just to show you one more thing. So when I get that imported, I'll just send through a test and show you what's going on here. Again, I'll use the donation one to give you an idea of that one in specific. So you see we have this car driving through and this kind of grid thing. I wanted to show you what it's like to actually upload some of the custom files. In some of our packs, like Synthwave, for example, you can actually go into your alert pack here and you'll see some graphic assets. And again, it just depends. This one we have backgrounds, which is kind of what happens in the background. In this case, it was the grid here. But let's say we wanted to add in the sphere, and then we have an icon, which would be, instead of the car, we could add in something like the cassette player. So let's just take a look again at the custom fields. And we'll see here we have the background video, which will match with the background here. So I'll go ahead and just click change media, and then I'll upload one that I want to use. So let's use the sphere like I was saying, and say hi to the old Nerd or Die logo. Hey, how you doing? Long time no see. And we'll just upload that. And one thing that it's kind of important with Streamlabs is sometimes you're not actually selecting the thing after you upload it. So make sure you click it. You'll see that it kind of changes how it highlights. And we'll just click select for that and it will start using that. And the icon, we can do the same thing. Go back here and into the icons. We'll upload the cassette player by just dragging it in. If you need to, you can just use this little button here. Again, we need to select this and then hit select, and we should see it uploaded. And then I'm going to hit save settings just really quickly and just send through another test here. So you should see the sphere with the cassette player this time. And that just gives you an idea that yes, sometimes there are different options and sometimes there are different ways to swap things out. We really try our best to let you customize it as much as you possibly can. So again, just check through all of your custom fields. You can already see how different this is than ranked. For example, we have different types of font styles rather than the fonts themselves. There's a lot more sliders going on so that you can change the position of the alert items as well. So it is really important to understand that if you want to take these to the next level. The last thing I want to show you now is how to add a variation. So let's say you wanted to add a variation for the biggest tipper. So right now we just have the donation alert added in with all of our custom options. You can actually go down to the alert variation section here, and all you need to do is just click add a variation with current settings, and it'll import it in as before. And then you can see all of the global options up here, and we could name this. So I'm just going to say largest donation. We'll set the condition as you normally would. So donation is largest in stream, if that's what you like. And then we can go through the global options if you want to customize them here. But again, the most important thing is the custom fields here. And this will be specific to this. So let's say, for example, you just want to scale this down a lot more compared to the other one, just to show you something really quick. And we'll hit save again, just a few times because Streamlabs loves us, and hit test. And you'll see here that the sphere is pretty small. Probably you don't want to use this, but at least it gives you an example of what you can do with the custom fields and the variations. So with that, I think you should be good to go with everything you need to customize your alerts from Nerd or Die. Again, we're hoping to release individual videos overviewing all of the alert packs and all the widgets as well. So keep an eye out for those and let us know if there's any way we can help you out. I recommend following us on social media to get all those updates. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.